Good morning, my Bitcoin and crypto friends. This is Srini Daddy from Daddy Cryptos from California, Newport Beach, Irvine area. So let's look at what an exciting morning it has been thus far. Bitcoin, as all of you know by now, has reached the all-time highs of not only 7,500 but also crossed 7,600. So right now it's trading around 7,570. Very exciting times for Bitcoin. Um, I I hope you guys are holding Bitcoins and buying and accumulating uh, as as the price comes lower. Okay, there is still some room for uh, going up. Again, this is not a financial advice. This is just going through the information based on the trends of Bitcoin. Okay, so bear with me as I share my screen. Uh, we'll go through what's going on with. So this is my site. Most of you know this, daddycryptos.com. Uh, I update this pretty frequently with all the relevant information, my contact information. Um, like the button, so you get, this is a Facebook page. So the daddycrypto.com will bring you to the Facebook page. So that way, the updates are easier to share. Just by liking the page, you will be able to. So do the like button. If you have not yet got into cryptos and wondering when to start or how to start, all you have to do is come to this. Uh, One of the ways is come here and do the sign up. When you sign up, it will take you to Coinbase. It will have my referral. You'll get $10 when you open an account with $100. Start with a credit card with as low as $100, and you can. If you're looking at buying Bitcoin, you need at least 500. No, no, 0.01 uh, is the minimum you can buy. So which is probably you can get the start off with $100. Okay, but then keep accumulating bitcoins. Okay, on Coinbase you can buy Ethereum and also Litecoin. Litecoin is around 54 and Ethereum around the 300. But start off with accumulating Bitcoin because it is on the roll. Okay. So let's see what's going on. So if you like what you see and existing Bitcoin holders, feel free to donate Bitcoin, any number, small. It will help with not only keeping up this website. This is all free resources and the time I spent for educating all of you, but also some insights I'll be talking about based on what I see going on. Okay. Um, yeah, I know this is an eye chart, but in this one chart you can see what's going on with the cryptos. Uh, uh, Except Bitcoin and BTC, which is Ethereum Classic, the rest are all in red. And I'll cover both of them in detail. Okay. Ethereum Classic has been really, really doing well behind the screens as Bitcoin is exploding. This one talks about the pricing in India. Some of my followers are in India. That Bitcoin is pretty nascent, cryptos, very early stages. It's crossed a landmark of 500,000 Indian rupees, which is called 5 lakhs. Okay. If you are in India, look at my post on how to get started there. Coinbase doesn't work in India. Okay. You have to go to Zapay or Unicorn, and I put some. So this is what it was looking at roughly 5 a.m. Pacific time, 2 hours back. Okay, so when I woke up, I quickly looked at the prices and boy, from 7,000 400s when I slept in the morning. When I woke up, it was at 7550. Okay, so over $100 overnight for us in Pacific. As you know, cryptos are traded 365 days, 24/7. Crypto trading never stops. Okay, I'll go through that in detail. If you're holding Bitcoin, big numbers, you need to know about this upcoming milestone. It's called 2x. It's 11 days to go. That's one of the reasons Bitcoin is going up. By the 14th, if you hold a Bitcoin, Coinbase will give you 2x coin, BTC 2x for every BTC. So if you hold 0.01, my understanding is Coinbase will give you 0.01 BTC 2x, which will be the post fork coin. Okay, more on it as we get closer. Maybe next weekend. I'll spend some time because it will be pretty close to that fork date. Okay, I think this guy, Ethereum Classic, which was a fork of maybe this is the bottom. Okay, Zcash gone up a bit, but it was around the 250s. It came down and it's trying to reach back up. Monero was around the 90s, came back down, trying to go back up. Dash a bit lower. Omisigo, a little disappointing with this guy. Omisigo started around the 5s and 6, went up all the way to 13, and came down. So very disappointing with Omisigo. Omisigo is from the Asian marketplace. It's only available in very few of the exchanges. Okay, I think either Bittrex or I think it's either Bittrex or Kraken. I'm not too sure. But Bitfinex used to hold it, and as you know, Bitfinex has stopped US customers as of November. Okay, you can't be a US customer on Bitfinex any longer. So if you do have an account, look up the date. I think November 8th is the date. Bitfinex is from Hong Kong. Bitfinex is the largest exchange in the world, and they are no longer going to do business with US customers because of certain regulations that are there for US customers. Okay, so as US based, I think the options are very limited. Coinbase, Bittrex, Gemini, and a few others. Okay, but Coinbase and GDX and Coinbase, as you know, are belong to the same company. Coinbase is the front end. The front end simple app was sitting over the GDX, which is the behind the screen engine. Bittrex is also US based. It has more alt pairs, altcoins, and trading pairs, but it doesn't accept credit cards, and it takes time to open. So if you're an advanced user, Bittrex is good. If you're a novice user just wanting to get started, Coinbase. Click on the link I showed you earlier and get started. Okay. So this is the chart earlier this morning, and I will drill down through all this in a moment. Okay. So let's look at what's going on with Bitcoin live pricing right now. So Bitcoin, after hitting this, right now it's trading at 7560. As you see it came, there was a sell-off. I think this was profit taking from 7630 all the way to 7525. 7525 is the current support level. Although you can see this little on my 1 minute candle, you can see those little lines. For a fraction of a second, it came down. It's highly unlikely that an average investor could have bought it at that. Those bigger, thicker lines are the ones that it stayed for maybe a minute or two, where some folks would have bought it. So 7526 was the lowest within the last hour or so. Right now, trading at 7555. Okay, so let's look at a bigger candle, 5 minute candle. So around the morning 4 o'clock, I woke up around this time, around 4:30, and by the time I woke up, it was already around the 7531. So this is all Pacific time. So overnight, not much activity. It was around the 7478. Zoom up to 7571 before coming lower to 7508. And then look at these candles, this gigantic candles, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. It took the pricing all the way to 7630. I will show you in a different chart where it did touch 7650. Then there was some sell-off before it again hit those highs. Will it cross this highs today? Where we need to wait and watch. The trend is still upwards. I will talk about that in my next slide in a moment. At least for the next day or so, it seems like it's still upwards. Maybe we can look at it right now. So, as you know, let me go a bit further. This is 1 hour candle. Let me take the 6 hours candle. Okay. So the 6 hours candle shows that after hitting this bottom of 7153, this was on the third/fourth. So this is kind of the 6-hour candles. So this is an up candle, second candle, third, fourth, and fifth. I would expect it to go at least 2 more or 3 more candles. So roughly shy of either 7.9, 7.8, 7.9. Okay, before there could be one more sell-off. And as we are getting closer to the fourth date of November 14th, I think the price will peak this week, maybe around the 8th or 9th. I'll give it 2 or 3 more days at max. I don't think the price will stay at the peak levels till the 4th. It may go till today is this 5th in the US, 6th in Asia. I'm thinking give or take 2 or 3 weeks, 3 days max. Okay, let's look at the daily candles. So the daily candle shows the same. After it dropped, this was the lows for this, right? Okay, and this was on October 26th. So let's look at the big movers from October 27th. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So typically you would see one more candle, daily candle of 8, and the high will be on the 9, and it will come down. So I'm guessing, as I extrapolate this trend, 7, 8, 7, 9, or if you're lucky, it may touch 8. That is probably the max I'm seeing for the next day or two. Okay, so today candle is 7576. If it does continue tomorrow, we should see 7778. And for the Tuesday, maybe 7879, and Wednesday probably 798, and then it should come down. Okay, I think either Wednesday or Thursday will be the max around this 8. Okay, and by the time the fork happens, I'm guessing it'll come down probably to either somewhere in between these two, or around this. By the time you have the fork, it should probably be around the 7, because as we get closer to the fork, as I understand Bitcoin 2x, it's trading at 0.2 of, I'm not exactly sure, but it's around the 1200. The futures of 2x is around 1200 or 1500. So there will be sell-off as profit taking happens, and those with Bitcoins who are not probably interested in the fork may sell off around this 7978. And then the Bitcoin may come down $1,200 to 6866, probably around the 6667 after that sell-off happens. That's kind of where I see this going. Okay. Again, this is just my trend analysis, nothing to do with the actual pricing. Do your own due diligence. As you can see, I won't spend much time on Ethereum. 296 down 1.3. Litecoin down 1.2. The one thing I wanted to talk about is this is the Ethereum to Bitcoin is downwards. I talked about it yesterday. So ever since Bitcoin has started going up, the Ethereum to Bitcoin is extremely going lower and lower. That means that Ethereum is seeing the price pressure because the funding is moving from Ethereum to Bitcoin. It's as simple as this. You go sell your Ethereum 10. I'm just giving an example. Then you get 0.03 Bitcoins. So you don't need to convert into any currency. You can just convert from coin to coin. And I think that's kind of what's been happening ever since the Bitcoin runoff started, which was roughly around this September 21st. Same, I think, goes to Litecoin. Litecoin, also there's selling pressure from it started way before Ethereum. So September 7th, it was at 81. Oh, sorry, this is the USD. Litecoin to Bitcoin ratio. Again, around this 14th, I think it was here, and as you can see, Litecoin has done relatively better than Ethereum. One reason is Litecoin, if you are not aware of it, it is similar to Bitcoin. It uses the same blockchain. It uses the Bitcoin blockchain, and it is a new coin with 8 megabit MB blocks, but follows the same protocols as Bitcoin. And that's one of the reasons this has not come down, because Litecoin, as Bitcoin goes higher and higher, Litecoin will be the one that folks will be buying. And this is probably going to be the one that will be used more in the point of sales and all that, and not Bitcoin, because Bitcoin will probably be more a value of, well, it will be held as a value, because like gold and asset, Bitcoin will be more of an asset because of its demand, and the mining is extremely difficult. There are only 21 million Bitcoins, and the mining of Bitcoins is over 16.5. So you will hardly have less than 4 million Bitcoins for the rest of the investors. So the price will go parabolic. Whereas Litecoin is, I believe it's over 100 million, if not more. And this Litecoin to me will be the one that will be used as the point of sales. And it's easy to convert from Bitcoin to Litecoin. And I think Overstock.com and few others who are looking at Bitcoin as a point of sale or transactions will start using Litecoin, because I'm sure the Bitcoin holders wouldn't want to give up their Bitcoin just to buy stuff, because the value is going up and the value of the product or service will come down once you buy it, right? This economics 101 on supply and demand. Same goes to Bitcoin Cash. There's potential for Bitcoin Cash to be used as POS in future, because Bitcoin Cash will follow Bitcoin, and it also has 16 million. But Bitcoin BTC, when I say Bitcoin, I'm referring to BTC, and Bitcoin Cash is BCH. Then you have Bitcoin Gold, which is BTG. So you have so many forks of altcoins. Now you are getting a new one called 2x that's adding to the whole confusion to the Bitcoin. The original Bitcoin is BTC, and that's the one that's going up. So be aware when you buy Bitcoins, don't get confused between the different Bitcoins. You see BCH and end up buying BCH or BTG or B2X, thinking it's BTC. The original Bitcoin is BTC and not that. I'm sure all of you know that. I'm just reminding you. Okay, so be careful when you do trading on Bitcoins. So this is what's going on. Sorry about my time I spent, but it's very important for novice folks and those who are holding Bitcoin to keep holding Bitcoins, because it is a value of an asset. Keep accumulating the buy on lows and not sell unless you really have to, because Bitcoin will continue to rise. As you know, the Chicago futures, it will start trading later this month or early next month. The CME Group have announced that, and same goes to ETFs. And there's so many, I think close to 200 odd, financial companies now trying to create hedge funds with Bitcoins. So the more and more capital, this Bitcoin IRA, as you probably are aware of it. So you can invest in Bitcoin IRA as 401k. Again, I'm not invested in these, so you do your own due diligence. Then there's GBTC, which is also available as a ETF on TD Ameritrade. If you're into stocks, look at GBTC. I will show that. It's trading around 960. It started at 700 a couple of weeks back, a week back. Right now, trading over 950. Okay. So let's look at the Bitcoin pricing more in detail. Right now, Bitcoin, I'm in TradingView. This is a very good. If you look at 1 year chart, it's amazing. Bitcoin here was less than. It's in December last year was around 500. I started looking at Bitcoin since this period, around the 500, 600. Touched 3,000 around June, 5,500 in August, 6,000 in earlier the last week, and now 7,600. The curve is going to be parabolic. Okay, the reason it is going to be parabolic, it will probably be like a little straight line for the next few months or years, couple of years, is because by the time you are here at 6,000, 16.5 million Bitcoins already mined. So those who are holding will have to sell their Bitcoins in increments. You know, Bitcoin has 10 digits. So the smallest fraction is called 1 Satoshi. And you can buy in small fractions. The lowest fraction Coinbase allows you to buy is 0.01. Later on, it will have to expand it to 0.001. The decimals will keep going further and further because the Bitcoin will go parabolic. Okay, because there are only 4 million coins left, and less than 1% of world population even has invested in Bitcoin or even aware of it. Okay, this goes only to the BTC, the original BTC. Okay, BCH and BTG, Bitcoin Cash and B are also having the same 16 million, but I don't think it will go that parabolic like Bitcoin does. Okay, let's look at coin market capitalization on CryptoCompare. So Bitcoin right now trading 7537 trading volumes, close to 750 million right now. This is proof of work. This is the protocol it follows, SHA-256. This 125.61 billion is the market cap. And right now in the last 24 hours, it's up close to 3%. Just to give you an idea of what this number means, 125, it is right now in the top 10 stocks valuation in the whole world. Okay, it is only behind Amazon, Facebook, Apple, Google, and a couple of others. It has exceeded and most of the big finance banking companies like Goldman Sachs or Morgan Stanley, or even Netflix or Starbucks. Okay, so Bitcoin, matter of time, I think this will touch $500 billion, 500 billion before you blink your eye before next year. Okay, so it could end up being the #1 trading from a market cap if the trend continues as it is within the next 2 years. It could touch as high as 1 trillion as more and more Wall Street investors get into it through the ETFs or hedge funds. It's only going to grow. Okay, the FUD fear mongering has subsided now that the Wall Street is embracing it, and the prices have doubled from middle of last month to now. Okay, Bitcoin Cash, this is what I was referring to, is down 7% because it was around 650, but it was up from doubled in the last 1 week. Okay, yesterday it came down as Bitcoin hashing power has increased, and more and more Bitcoin continues to prove itself with all these complex issues it is surrounded with, and it's still coming as a winner. If you're not aware of it, Bitcoin is open source. It belongs to the community. Okay, there's not one corporation or one individual that owns. There's no CEO for Bitcoin or shareholders. Everyone that owns Bitcoin are the owners of Bitcoin, because it is a public platform. There are thousands of developers. The smartest technical people in the world are supporting Bitcoin. The rest are all owned by individuals or groups. If you're contributing to Bitcoin, you're contributing to yourself, and you're a owner, not a corporation doesn't own Bitcoin. Bitcoin Cash is owned by a few individuals. Ethereum is a consortium. It is like a corporation's whole bunch of companies are. So there is some control over all these, whereas people are controlling Bitcoin. So more and more technology help is there for Bitcoin, and it has a very good change control. Nobody can make changes to Bitcoin base code or change the 21 million, because it has to go through a Bitcoin improvement proposal, and 80% have to approve it. I'm mentioning about Bitcoin more because Bitcoin is the trendsetter, and it is the only open source coin that is traded worldwide. The rest are all very localized, are owned by consortiums or individuals. So be very careful about the altcoins. These are called altcoins. So I wouldn't go touch any altcoin if it doesn't show up in the screen. Okay, last I know, there are 1,500 altcoins, and there are ICOs. 95% of ICOs, you have to be careful, because there are fly-by-night operators. Everyone wants to make a big buck. And just because they trade, I'll show you what I mean. Just because they trade, okay. So what I mean by that is, look at all these altcoins trading at like, few cents here and there. They don't even have any volumes. Okay, look at the volume. The volume is literally zero. So if you end up buying any one of these ICOs or coins where the volume is in there, and at least look for this market cap. Unless it is over 100 million, this one is sponsored by this site. Again, I'm just using this site. I have nothing to do with any of these coins, and I don't own any of these coins. I'm not recommending any one of these. The ones I talk about, I do invest in them, or at least I do research. These are all junk. To me, these are all junk. Okay. If you ended up buying any of these, look at the prices. Some of them just jump like 2,000%. This is ridiculous. But its market cap is $1,700. Maybe one person bought it. Maybe the guy who started this just bought it. I don't know anything about these coins yet. I'm just telling you. So you have to be extremely careful with ICOs. A lot of companies are putting regulations on ICOs because everyone is trying to make a fast buck around all these ICOs and there's coins. The way you look for it is look at the market cap, which I try to keep it simple by putting all these on my website, because credibility of these coins goes higher as the market cap goes higher and higher, because more people are doing research and buying. Okay, Bitcoin 125, Ethereum Classic 1 billion. Okay, so that's why I keep repeating that. Look for anything that's over 500 million at least. Okay, don't invest in any crap ICO that just comes from nowhere just because someone is talking about it and marketing it. Okay, because it will just disappear overnight. Okay, so before we wind up, let's look at the live Bitcoin price. Uh, it's coming down drastically. So this is a 3-minute candle, and it touched all-time. Okay, let me go to a bigger candle. 15-minute. Okay. So in the 15-minute candle, I wonder why. Okay, this is on Bitstamp. Let me look at a different one. Anyway, it did cross 7,600, but on Bitstamp it did not. It looks like. Okay, in Coinbase and GDX, as you can see, in GDX it did cross the highs of. Let's go back to GDX. GDX is trading higher, so there's at least $50. GDX is in US. Majority of folks in US use GDX. So in GDX, it touched a high of 6230. Okay, but here on the, I want to show the trend. It's not. I'm not here to talk about the prices of different exchanges. But on Bitcoin, Bitstamp, it sounds like it touched close to, slightly shy of 7600. So the trend, I'll draw the trend. So trend in the 30-minute, or let me try the 1-hour candle. So the 1-hour candle, the trend, I'm trying to connect just the high. Okay. So it should have gone higher, but let's look at this one. It's a logarithmic scale, so I want to make sure you guys follow this through. So right now the trend is on Bitstamp. In the next few days should be 7645. Lower than GDX or Bittrex, which should be 100 higher. So let's go back to GDX. GDX right now 7513. Let's look at the trend once again here. Daily candle. So the daily candle, this is our daily candle here, touching 7644. Okay. So if there's one more daily candle here, the daily candle should be higher than the previous one. Then it has the upward trend. Okay, as you can see, today's candle is higher than yesterday's, and we are not done yet today. Yesterday was a big jump from roughly 7.1 to about 7.4, right? And today candle started at 7.4 in the morning and went beyond 7.6. Right now around 7.5, mid 7.5s. So as you can see, the previous day candle is lower than today's candle. So this is the bull trend. Okay, so it started here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if you go with this, it shows that we should see a downtrend from now, because the 10th candle should be lower, 10, 11, 12 could be lower. But generally in bull rise, sometimes you see that it may go up all the way to 30. Okay, but if you start with this, because there was or start with this, then we are into 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So it could have 2 more. So either it will be 9 or it will be 11. So it may go a bit to 7, 8, 7, 9 in the next 2 days before it comes down. Okay. So that's where things are. Let's look at the 1-minute candle, what it will do for the rest of the day, or at least 5 minutes candle. There is support here. Okay. As you can see, the support is at 7,500. At least that's what it sounds like for the next few hours. Because the reds, as you can see, the small line shows that although it's gone So you need to look for the solid lines. So even the small lines, it stopped here, and the buying started here to bring it back here. And as you can see, the two solid lines, the red and the green, stopped at 7513. So it seems like the support levels are there, and the the high is around here, unless this bigger candle exceeds this and crosses 7630. I think this is kind of the high for today, 7630, and we are on GDX. Okay, unless in the next few candles you see an upward trend in the next couple of minutes or hours which exceed the 7631, then you may not see it going further. I'm sure it will go based on what we saw in the daily candles. It may do that at a later time, but seems like right now it'll trade in this small window, which is, it should probably trade between 7,500 here through this. So it'll be in that $100 range between 7.5 and 7.6 is what for the next few hours. Okay. So if you like what you see, and give a thumbs up here. Dirty Crypto, sign up if you haven't started. Just click on this; it will take you to this Coinbase. And one more thing I wanted to show you is the live videos that I do on YouTube are available here. So feel free to look at my channel, Dirty Cryptos. Okay, there I put very simple videos to make it easy for beginners to understand. So subscribe this. I've been doing this for a couple of months now. Whenever I find time, no ads. Okay, I want to try to keep it ad free to the extent possible. So there's no annoying ads. I don't make anything out of these videos yet. I just want to share what I've been learning on my own. So start with this, learn how to trade Bitcoin. Differences. These are my personal one-on-ones based on my interpretation, trying to keep it simple for a layman, not much technicalities in it. Okay, and this is what we are doing right now, the live video. This was my live video yesterday, day before. Okay, so subscribe and look at all these 100 odd video. I think there should be at least 90 odd videos that I've done on the cryptos since the past few months. Okay, I spend a lot of time since I've been spending time on it. I want to educate others at no cost to you, so you all learn and we all benefit together. Okay. One final call out: sign up if you haven't signed. You get a $10 free Bitcoin if you start with 100. I get 10 if you do subscribe using my link. That's one way of keeping up the site going. I update the site every day, first thing in the morning and in the evening. And if there's anything flashing, that's no news that's out there. Okay. Bitstamp is still lower. No, Bitstamp has caught up now. Okay, it's at 5.6. Yeah, it's right now at 5.6. So it's about $30-40 lower than Bitfinex. Sorry, GDX. Okay. So I will stop sharing my screen. I'll take any questions that you may have. You can always let me stop the. Okay, if there are any questions, feel free to message me or text me. Okay, see you. Bye. Bye-bye.